Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dastur Madad. If you're living your life as a Muslim, you don't have to go out and try to be a da'i or a da'wah, because you're living your life as a Muslim. Your life is going to call people to truth. You don't have to literally call people to truth. Your life is going to show it. In these days when everyone is saying something, we see very little proof of that saying. So don't say. Fill your life with the light of the Prophet ﷺ. Fill your life with adab and with justice and with knowledge and with awareness. Don't be in ghaflat. This is new. This is not new. This is new that Islam is under attack. Islam has been under attack for 1400 years. Wake up. This is just by words. Islam was literally under attack. All countries coming together. We just finished commemorating the war of Gallipoli, isn't it? Chanakale. Whole world is coming together. This is not new. It's new to us because we are experiencing it now. Before we come up with theories about how to behave, what to say, it's not for nothing that we have 1,400 years of Islam and Muslims and experience to take from. Why are we not taking? If we're calling ourselves the ones who follow the traditions of the Prophet and who are in the majority, then we must look to the traditions of the Prophet ﷺ. Yes, there is so much backlash. The Muslims. What are you going to do? Are you going to stand up and do what? And to defend and to say? What is it that has not been said for 1400 years about Islam? What is it that is stopping now? That is the age where we have information literally on our fingertips for people not to know basic knowledge about Islam. What is stopping? So it is not information. It is not going out to counteract, to engage people. It is not that. Or especially to be in the defensive. It is to live as Muslims now. It is to live our lives cleanly, purely, according to the Sunnah. Then, that time, yes, there are going to be people who are curious and they will ask and we will answer. There are people who are looking and we are here. We do not proselytize. You understand? They look and they see and they think. There is no compulsion to religion. So now, those who want to believe things about Islam wrongly, it is so easy for them to know that the answer that they're looking for can be found everywhere. But what is stopping them from looking and finding the right answer? It is not knowledge, it is not information. Now we're talking about the ego. The ego now. And this ego is not present, we are saying, in unbelievers, not in Muslims. In Jews, not in Christians. In Christians, not in Muslims. No, everyone has this now. Everyone has this sickness of the heart. That the truth is there and you're not seeing. This is beyond dogma. This is beyond belief. This deals with stubbornness and anger. This has to do with jealousy and arrogance. And believe it or not, there are a lot of Americans who are sincere. Yes, they have been misinformed. But a lot of people are drunk. What do you do to a drunk person? You wait for him to sober up, then you speak. You're trying to fight with a drunk person. You're trying to fight with a drunk mob. Don't. Why are you doing that? It's just something that the Holy Prophet ﷺ taught the Sahabi Kiram of the awliya Allah, the friends of Allah, that they are teaching. If you really believe in that and you live according to that, you will be under protection. I just read Lower Manhattan today, for no reason, a woman's face was being gashed. She was slashed in the face. In Manhattan. This is wrong, of course. This is very unfortunate, of course. And do such things happen? Yes, they happen. Do they happen to Muslims? Why are we shocked? It's been happening to Muslims for a very long time. It has been happening to non-Muslims for a very long time. People want an occasion to hate as much as they want an occasion to love. So, what do you do when there's an angry mob outside and you are alone? You're going to go out and engage with them? Go ahead, you may. That is not the way of Islam too. What, to put yourself there and then to be killed and to say, I'm a martyr? Do you have permission now? Do you have the authority now? Are you in the right faith now and the right strength to be able to show Islam properly? You're not. Then be busy with yourself. And if you're busy with yourself, like there are bees, they're busy with themselves, they start making honey. And when honey is made, then all the other bees will start coming too. All the other insects will start coming too. You're going to attract. For 1400 years, we've been busy making honey. We're not going out to steal other people's honey or to tell them, look, this is what you have to believe. No. So, those who want to hate, they're not going to listen to your reason. But those who are curious, well, of course you have to speak. But when you speak, speak with faith. This is a wake-up call for the Muslims. This is a wake-up call for us. Don't look to say, oh, the blame lies in Trump, or the blame lies in these wrong ones, in these violent ones, in these foolish ones. Don't look to them. Because for one thing, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to let anything to happen if you have the right connection and the right faith with Allah. He's going to protect you. When there is no protection, look to our actions then, and look to the intentions. Something is wrong there. Fix yourself first. Don't look to the outside, look to yourself. Once you start looking to yourself, then you're going to have the intelligence too. You're going to say, I'm a woman. What am I going to do now? I'm wearing a hijab and everything. What am I going to do now to expose myself, knowing the current situation, to expose myself to that kind of crowd, to that kind of atmosphere? There are so many who are compelled to. Definitely they're compelled to. And there are so many people who are not harmed. They should have been, but they are not, because protection is on them. There is a necessity there for them, and they are they have protection there. But what we are doing now, Prophet ﷺ is saying, you should not put yourself in the way of harm. And there is a reason there. Now, for women, for example, who wear the hijab. Hijab is tasatur. Tasatur is modesty. Modesty means that if it's not necessary, you're not going to expose yourself, whether physically, spiritually, in any way. There's not just to women, it's also to men. If you say they're only doing that because we are Muslims and we look Muslim, well, we look Muslim too. In fact, it's unmistakable when we go out there, people are going to say we are Muslims. Some, they may melt, you don't really know. But we're carrying certain traditions. We have traveled from east to west throughout the entire continent, but there seems to be protection there. We're not challenging anyone. We're not looking for a fight. We're going to where people are inviting us to sit and to speak and to remember about Allah and to give highest praises to the Prophet ﷺ and to remember our Shaykh. Now, we go. Our intention is clear now. Live simple. That time you're not going to find yourself into so many messy situations like that. So what are we saying? If we live our lives according to the teachings of Islam, according to the teachings of the Prophet ﷺ, and according to the teachings of our Shaykh now, then there'll be more protection coming there, because we're not making things up. We're not just having our own opinions about things. And if there's a great deal of negativity that is around us, what was the Holy Prophet ﷺ's advice? More than advice, what did he do? What did the companions do? What did they do? No one can say that the Muslims today have never been more, say, terrorized. No, Muslims in the past have been more terrorized. We're having the best of times here, really. We forgot about what happened to the Prophet 13 years in Mecca. We forgot what happened to them when they ran. They didn't run when they migrated to Medina 10 years. Do we not know what happened to Baghdad with the Mongols? Do we not know what happened to Andalusia with the reconquistadors? Do we not know what has happened through time and time again? Whether it's through the hands of the unbelievers or those ones inside of Islam, the Muslims themselves who want to raise fitna and bloodshed. This has happened. And when there is a great deal of negativity and you're not able to practice your life, your religion, the Prophet ﷺ, his advice is what? To make hijrah. This is not running away. The most important thing now is what? Is for you to worship. To live your life as a Muslim and to be able to live it in an Islamic lifestyle. That is the most important thing. So now he migrated to make the hijrah. What are we doing here? This is what we have done. We didn't come up here because the city was treating us badly, No. We made a hijrah also because we say we want to leave the ignorance that is around us and the ignorance that we've carried inside of us, the jahiliyyah. And we want to leave that, and we want to make the migration, the hijrah, to be able to come to a place to be able to practice cleanly. This has always been the practice of Islam now. If you find yourself in a situation when there's so much negativity, you don't have to be a genius to know if your life is in danger, you leave. Yes, try to find help. Yes, try to let the authorities know. But the safest thing to do is to leave. Now, are we saying you're going to leave and you're going to quit and you're going to... No. Find another place where you are not going to be oppressed. What about standing up for truth? What about getting together? What about fighting against this? This is when the wisdom of the awliya Allah comes in, the wisdom of the Prophet ﷺ, saying what is going to happen in these times and what we should do. Holy Prophet ﷺ said, after me there will be the Khulafai Rashidin. After the Khulafai Rashidin, it will enter the age of kings. Kings will come. After the kings, the sultans will come. Meaning sultans, meaning authority. They will rule the world according to Islam with authority. After the sultans, there will be a century, a period of time of Jababira. Jababira means what? Tyranny, oppression, terrorism. And he says, when this time enters, whatever simple lifestyle that you can practice, whatever small knowledge that you have, take it to the mountains. He literally said that, although there are so many other meanings to that. Live your life simply. Don't run around too much. Because Allah has given this 100 years, this period of time, to the oppressors, to the tyrants. He says, don't fight them. You cannot win. Wait for Sahibul to come. My grandson, Muhammad Mahdi alayhi salam, who's going to appear, keep yourself clean. Have a simple lifestyle and prepare yourself for that. This is what we're doing. And this is what believers that they are doing. And this is what people who are also, maybe they don't call themselves Muslims, but they are not liking and believing in this system that we are living in. And they say we want to live a simple lifestyle. We don't want to engage in this system anymore. We want to live clean. They're looking around, they say everywhere there's such dirtiness. It's dirty because we've made it dirty. This world has become more dirty. The water has become more dirty. The air has become more dirty. The people that we look up to protect us, they become more corrupt. Now we decide to move back and not engage in this system so much, in this dunya so much, and to keep ourselves clean, inshallah. Then we'll be counted as those ones who are preparing ourselves for Mahdi alayhi salam. It is important. This is what we're trying to do. But people come, and they are coming, and they are saying, why are you doing these things? These Muslims are doing this and this and this. You will know if they want to have a conversation. You don't have to be a genius to know that they want to have a conversation. It's easy to have a conversation. If they're there spoiling for a fight, it's the worst time for a conversation. If they're there to argue, it is the worst time to have a conversation. What do? You don't insist. Either you're going to wait until the person calms down, if he wants to speak, or you move away and you say, Lakum dinukum waliyatin, to you your religion and to me mine. Because now, majority of the so-called defenders of the faith also, they're not doing too much. Part of the system too. So we pull ourselves back. This much that we are doing, inshallah. And we are not telling our women to take off the hijabs, never. We're not telling our men to take off their turbans. We're not telling our men to, because of the situation now, to stop wearing the kufi outside or to look Muslim. If anything, we're doing more. We're not doing that to show off, but we're doing that stepping on our own ego too. Now it feels like whatever that we're doing, the sunnah that we're doing, it is like holding a fire. Let it burn a little bit. Allah is watching. Who is liking that? Allah is liking it. The Prophet is liking it. The friends of Allah, they are liking it. It is enough. We're not changing. We didn't change from 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago. Why we should change now? We didn't do it for show 30 years ago. Why are we going to do it for show now? So, they like. They don't like. We're doing this only to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And those ones that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with, and they're pleased with Allah, they're going to be pleased with us. Inshallah. Wa min Allahu tawfiq. Al-Fatiha.